Excellent Tuesday, one of our best ones. I really like the kids' attitude, the execution in practice. Not only the energy level, but just very professional, come out, executed very well, threw and caught, ran. Defense, I thought, made plays. Good hustle when we competed against each other. A very, very productive Thursday. Really liked it. Questions?
Roberto set out today, is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. They just schedule time. Get so many kicks and so much wear and tear, and how we monitor it we monitor from every year. Now he'll take a day, 2 days here and there.
You guys are doing the GPS during games now this year?
Oh yeah, you're allowed.
How's that?
Well, it translates big time. Like how much, yesterday we didn't do a lot yesterday. Late game, wear and tear of the body later in the season, and how that can gauge. So how much the 48 hours after the game is very critical to your recovery and where you're at. So how that comes back, and you can gauge that a lot more to gauge your Monday practices. You still get your mental reps, but sometimes it'll be more physical. You can do more, or other times you just do more mental reps and make it more walkthrough type stuff.
Are you guys monitoring that during the game, or is it just?
No, it's after the game. No, yeah.
I mean,
they're monitoring it, but we don't make decisions like that.
How was Terrence?
Good. Dalvin was out running today. He ran in practice, expecting to be in pads tomorrow.
Terrence Smith?
Got a banged up knee just a little bit, where he had not a knee hurt, where he had an injury that split open. He's had to sew it back up, so letting it heal for a day or two, and he'll be fine.
So he should be.
He should be good.
Good to go on Saturday.
Yes,
that's a big deal, right, against this offense too, right?
Mm-hmm. But it was a cut.
Okay.
Not a injury that way.
You get Dalvin back, it'll be the first time you've had your three-man running back.
I tell you what, and 7 was really sharp today. I mean, he was back to the old. He had the old juice in him.
Does it matter that he hasn't played in several weeks?
No, because he's been practicing. I mean, the way we practice now, you're getting a lot of live reps, good on good, and he broke some ankles today, so it was good.
Coach, how's Austin Barron been coming back? And
excellent.
Reps?
Austin's been great. Right back, and he's ready to roll. He'll be right back and ready to play.
Could he play?
Yes.
So
he could play Saturday?
Yes.
Is he going
for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a plan. He's on the active roster. We'll get him in the game. We'll see. He could play. I mean, but Hofield's still doing a great job, so, we'll see how we go.
But there's a chance that he can come back and start on Saturday night, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes during practice, get him back in the groove. But he's been doing football-related things all the way up, and doctors today say he should be good to go.
That's kind of
That's amazing
quick healing process, huh?
Doctors check them bones. Yeah. They're good. Drinking his milk.
Is it because the break was so clean?
I don't.
Come on, doctor.
I don't. I didn't tell me he can play, he can't play. I don't ever get involved in those decisions. That's their expertise.
How big would that be, though, to get him back?
Oh, that'd be very critical. I mean, not only whether he plays or not, but to have that quality guy right there to be able to step in and things go on. Yes.
How did you think you guys looked when Hopefield had to come out of the game, and then you had to reshuffle the line?
I thought 77 had 3 excellent plays. Mm-hmm. I mean, blocked perfectly, and I thought Cam did a heck of a job. I mean, it looked natural. That's why we practice that all the time. You don't ever know when that's going to happen, and you spend time in practice, and you get guys rotation. So when it happens, it's nothing. Oh my Lord, I'm in here, and that's what they know the plan of what's going to happen.
I was Rod Johnson, him going in at left tackle, and you said you were pretty impressed with him. What have you seen from him? I guess he's been here a couple months now.
Smart, tough, instinctive, can bend. I mean, just a natural football player. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's going to be a heck of a football player. He really is. Very pleased. I mean, he's ready to play.
Mm-hmm. It seems like he's not your typical freshman.
He's not. He's very mature, very intelligent, gets the big picture, great work ethic, and understand. I mean, if we didn't have those guys there, I mean, he could play. I mean, he could play.
James said
he'd feel very comfortable.
James said he's already going to be a high pick, Rod Johnson.
Is that right?
Yeah.
James is going to be a talent scout. But I don't disagree with him. He got a chance to be. I mean, they got to develop and go out, but he's got a real chance to be. He really does.
Did Lorenzo bang up his arm?
Who? Yeah, he did that 3 or 4 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
He's been wearing that thing,
Yeah,
right?
yes. The mummy arm?
Yeah.
Mummy. And he got a little finger dinged up, so he got a hole.
In high school, Northrop wrestled. Does that translate to how you maybe are able to tackle better?
I hope so. If you can step on their toes, you can get them on the mat. And the thing about the mat, they can't go out of bounds. They call them back in. On the field, they keep running. But no, it does. I mean, usually wrestlers are tough guys. They're very individually, mentally strong guys. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nobody else out there to do it with. It's you and him. And they're usually great grip guys and very strong in their hands. So when they do get their hands on people, they usually tackle very well.
There's been guys in the past, guys from South Florida going down and playing down there the first time. get a little amped up?
Oh, they do. I mean, they'll be juiced up and happy and wanting to do good. And you just that's where you got to learn to keep your composure. And I think being in a lot, going down there is still different for some of these guys, but still being in some of the environments we've been in, out in Dallas, going to Louisville in that environment on the road, some of these, even NC State. I mean, everywhere we go now, it's packed and everybody's trying to beat us. You know what I'm saying? So I think being in those atmospheres, I think really does help you when you get to these situations.
Well, how do you deal with guys like Dalvin and people like that who are real popular down there that people are going to want to come
Well,
see
you
them
explain to them and just tell them, hey, you got to play this game like you did at NC State or at Oklahoma State or at Syracuse or whatever it is. But that's part of growing. I mean, that's still part of, they have to handle it themselves. That's all still individually that way.
Al Golden talked a little bit about players and trash talk in this game. Do you tell the guys anything before the game like this? Or no?
I tell them every game. Don't live no bulletin board material. Act classy, be classy, respect your opponent, and beat your tail off horses.
Desmond told us a little bit last night about the Pop Warner football and the culture down there. What's the earliest you
can't understand it till you see it. I mean, it's competitive. It's the real McCoy, and it's serious. That's why pressure, I think, doesn't bother. Those kids have been under it forever.
But it seems like down there, especially with the players, like everybody kind of knoes everybody. And somebody who's familiar down there, are you familiar?
They know if there's a player there, they know you're a player. There ain't no doubt. They're trying to get you to come to their park and come play for them. So, I mean, they're used to, as crazy as it sounds, they're used to the recruiting environment, the pressure environment, the competition, the trash talk. I mean, they're used to those things from a very young age.
When the injury happened, did you assume Austin was done for the year?
Yeah, I assumed. I didn't really say, because sometimes I didn't know how bad the break was, you know what I mean?
Right.
And Jake said it thought it could be up to 6 weeks or, by November we could be looking
So this
at
isn't like a stunner for you?
No, I mean, he's healing a little quicker than we thought, but not a stunner. According to what, and I waited till the next day. For me at the time, I quit all these injuries anymore. I quit. My expertise isn't worth a flip.
It seemed like before the injury, he was settling in.
He really was. He was starting to, but he got 3 or 4 games under his belt and was just getting in the groove of playing. You know what I mean? So it just takes. I mean, you just don't immediately because you start go in there and play great. Not everybody does that. And he was really becoming very solid.
Because it's a break and maybe not a muscle, is there like after today, do you have to monitor him? Could it be sore or with the
Who's
break?
That?
Barron. Like with it being a break, do you have to monitor him so much after practice about soreness?
The
or anything
doctors
like that?
do. They'll test it, and I mean, he'll tell them every day. He gives them feedback constantly. So I guess I don't know.
Doctors again.
The doctors.
I'm sure it feels good for a guy who at least was probably scared that his career was maybe over.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to come back and still be a part of this, and he was a huge part of it in the beginning, and what he did in the last 2 or 3 years, it's funny. I mean, he's always had a couple games that he's had to come in and be the starter or play a whole game, and that's great for him. I'm happy for him.